Hi and welcome to Between the Laps. I am Coach Chris. I'm here today to break down breathing in freestyle. So the other day we talked about working on our kick, about that small, fast kick. Today we're going to talk about breathing. When we're breathing in freestyle, there's a lot of different philosophies on this. A lot of people will tell you that you need to be able to breathe to both sides. So you're taking 1, 2, 3 strokes, breathe. 1, 2, 3 strokes, breathe. But I'm here to tell you, you don't need to do that. You can, there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, it's fantastic to keep a nice balanced stroke. But there's so many people that are not comfortable with breathing to both sides. In fact, I'm one of those swimmers that has a lot of trouble breathing to both sides. It used to be a struggle in terms of balancing out my stroke, and I had a lot of shoulder pain and stiffness that caused me to really have to work and throw my stroke off in order to breathe to both sides. It took a long time and a lot of coaching for me to figure out that I didn't always have to breathe to both sides. I could do different things. I could do something like go 125, breathing to one side. Then on the way back, breathe to the other side. That still balanced out my stroke. It still worked. It still worked. But you have to get the motions right in order to have that efficient breath. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to work on how to breathe. You would think it's fairly easy. I mean, we breathe all the time, right? I'm breathing right now. You're probably breathing right now as well, just watching this video. I hope so, at least. So but when we get in the water, we have this sense that we need to hold our breath. And as a kid, you get taught, oh, I need to blow bubbles. But they don't really tell you why you need to blow bubbles. Why don't we hold our breath? What issues will that cause if we start to hold our breath underwater, if we're swimming freestyle and not breathing? Well, one thing, you're going to panic. The whole flight and fight triggers in your brain will start going off. And this is how a lot of drownings happen. That switch goes on and they panic in the water. All because they forgot to breathe. They forgot to blow out their bubbles. They forgot to get that next breath. That is one of the biggest causes for also fatigue when you swim. Why are you so tired after certain 25s that you didn't actually add a speed to? Well, it's because you probably forgot to breathe. You did have enough air, enough oxygen moving through the blood in order to keep your body from fatiguing right away. So, excuse me, I have a bit of a cold. So, one of the things that we gotta do, we need to think about having that breath. So what I want you to do is if you have fins, I want you to put them on during this next session. And I want you to grab a kickboard. I want you to hold at the bottom of the kickboard, very similar to what we did with our kick set the other day. We're going to hold the bottom of the board, and what we're going to do is we're going to just practice. We're going to just practice putting our face in the water. We're going to kick. We're going to go from bubble, 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 breathing out through both our nose and our mouth. You want to keep a nice loose jaw, okay? Just keep a nice loose jaw when you swim freestyle. Not open necessarily, but just kind of relaxed, right? That way the air can escape. And you want to kind of breathe out. You want a nice motion, okay? When you breathe in, you want to have that nice long sort of, and you only want to breathe in through the mouth. You can't breathe in through our nose when we swim. We'll just get a lot of water in there, and that causes choking and other various problems, okay? And one of the questions I get asked regularly is, well, if I turn my head, how am I going to breathe? Because there's still water right here. And that's why we're going to practice. So when you're kicking with your board out in front of you, okay? Board out in front of you, kicking, breathe out, take your breath. I want you to take one full stroke, okay? And then back in the water, kick, 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 one full stroke, and back in the water, okay? If you want to take it even a step further, I want you to not take the full pull. Hold the kickboard with one arm. Using that one arm, I want you to stick the other arm by your side, and all you're going to do is you're just going to go kick, kick, kick. And what's going to happen is as you move, as you kick, and this happens too when you swim freestyle, you're going to create what's a trough, an air pocket right by the mouth, and that's where you're going to capture all the water. Or sorry, not the water. You're going to capture all the air that you're going to need for that next breath. All right? So with our face in the water, we have that momentum going. Okay, nice small fast kicks as we were talking about. You're here. Kick, 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 kick. Breathe out. Take your breath. And then back in. Okay? The breath is quick. Okay? Grab that air. You don't need to turn our heads all the way up. If we do this, we're over-rotating. And by over-rotating, we're going to struggle to get our face back in the water. We're going to have a lot of struggles as we add our arms back in. So very quickly, just a small turn. See? But chest and head all turned together. And then back in. Everything turned back into the water. Face nice and flat. Here. See, my shoulder comes up. Okay? I want you to practice that on both sides. Don't just do one side. Even if you are a single side breather, when you do your freestyle, I want you to practice on both sides of your stroke. That way you're going to have better balance as we keep going. And maybe you'll become a second bilateral breather, which would be great. After that, after you've done that for a while, I want you to think about working on building some lung capacity. So you can do this in a couple different ways. We can add a pull buoy, and you can start doing some freestyle with breathing every 3, every 5, every 7 strokes. But that's more of an advanced technique, and we're going to get to that because I want to make sure that you have an efficient catch and efficient pull before we get that far. So for now, I just want you to take that kickboard, put on a pair of fins if you would like, so you don't have to think about your kick as much, and really think about having that rotation, that breath. Find that pocket. Figure it out where that pocket is. Grab that quick breath, put your face back in the water. As always, if you have any questions at all, please email me at chris@myswim.co. If you want to set up a one-on-one chat with me, we have some 30-minute sessions available still. And I'm looking to take on just a few swimmers this month with one-on-one sessions. So book your call and we can figure out how we can work together in a more one-on-one capacity. Until next time, have a great day.